The Shinta Mani Angkor is simply special. Special for what it is as a hotel, special for what it means to be as a foundation, and most of all, special for what it's doing in Siem Reap. It's one thing for a fantastic hotel to be a fantastic hotel. It's an entirely different thing when a great hotel not just pays it forward, but cultivates the roots that the industry needs. Join me for the full tour of this very unique property. By the way, every hotel or resort review that's on the channel has been filmed without the hotel's prior knowledge, and the price paid is in the description. Let me welcome any of you that might be new to the channel. My name is Kevin. I'm here to give you a self-funded and honest look at some of the best, most unique, or simply most popular airlines and hotels in the world, which I've been bringing to you full-time for going on 5 years. I'd love for you to know more about how I do things on the channel, so simply scan the QR code or check out my hundreds of videos to do so. Let's get into the tour. For the finale of my 3-stop tour in Siem Reap, we're going to head to the Shinta Mani Angkor. While I warm you up for what's to come, today we'll be exploring a bit of the Pre Khan Temple and the Bayon Temple. Choosing to stay at the Shinta Mani Angkor is honestly one of the easier hotel choices that I've made recently, and it was a big contributing factor to wanting to cover Siem Reap in general. So it is a hotel, a small chain of hotels, and a foundation. That foundation was founded in 2004. Specifically the Shinta Mani School of Hospitality. In Sanskrit, Shinta Mani means good heart. The founders were Sokoun Chanpreda, a local businessman, and Bill Bensley, the famed hotel designer based in Bangkok. Bensley was in Siem Reap working on the recreation of the Hotel de la Paix, which is now the Park Hyatt, which I showed you in my previous hotel tour. The two cemented their partnership by creating the school, which is free of charge for an array of hotel operation programs for underprivileged Cambodian youth. As we head inside and tour the property, I just think it's really important to look at the property for what it is, the hospitality equivalent of a training hospital. The property is split on two sides of the road. The other side is the original part, which was an 18-room guest house. Bensley transformed that into a 39-room boutique hotel with a lap pool, and it became the base for the school. We'll take a look over there in a little bit. Now we're in the lobby of the side that I stayed in. The same year that across the street was renovated, this section was acquired and added 66 more rooms, known then as the Shinta Mani Shack. Finally, in 2017, they added 10 more pool villas as well. The lobby and common areas are unmistakably Bensley, but not some over-the-top fantasy world Bensley. Simply a dark and sumptuous atmosphere with local artwork playing a starring role. Various artists are featured throughout the property, and many works are for sale. As we head out to the beautiful pool area on this side of the property, I'll tell you a bit more about the foundation. Over the years, they've had 358 graduates, and have branched out into other initiatives including interest-free small business loans, basic business education, healthcare and dental services, and quite a bit more. On their website, they have a ticker with the number of wells and homes that they've built. currently 1,873 and 186 respectively. Bensley is said to have looked at his life in Bangkok, in Thailand in general, and felt a disconnect between the short distance between his home and Siem Reap and the wildly different opportunities that existed for the youth of the countries, which inspired the foundation. Now, Shinta Mani, the hotel chain, has two other locations: Shinta Mani Wild, a jungle retreat in Cambodia, and Shinta Mani Mustang, a mountain retreat in Nepal. The foundation is funded entirely by 5% of the revenue from the three properties combined. Before we head across the street, let's take a look at where we are. If you've seen my previous raffles and Park Hyatt videos from Siem Reap, Shinta Mani is essentially located in between the two of them. The city is more or less equidistant from Bangkok and Saigon and sees multiple daily flights to each of them, in addition to some further flung destinations. Siem Reap is on the northern shore of Tonle Sap, the largest freshwater lake in Southeast Asia, and is on the southern border of the full Angkor Wat complex. The Shinta Mani is just to the north of the really touristy area. Close enough to walk down there for dinner, but far enough away to enjoy a tuk-tuk on the way home. Here's a new graphic to help you get a feel for what's in the immediate area. For urban locations like this, I'll focus on key sites and necessities that are within a 5-minute walk, as well as what's possible to see within a 10-minute drive. Depending on the location, the walking or driving times will change. Let me know what you think about the format in the comments. I've also tried to make this graphic a bit easier to understand, especially when it comes to the monthly planning bits. The design language of the hotel across the street is kind of the opposite personality. On the larger side where we were, the common spaces are dark and moody, and the pool is light and bright. Here, it's just about the opposite. I really don't have many critiques here at the hotel, but if you're going to make black and white stripes such a central part of the decor, I would say keeping the white on the floors white should be a little bit of a priority. Just behind the lap pool, there's a pool bar as well. Resort stays like this truly would not be possible without your support on Patreon. So if you appreciate these kinds of unsponsored videos, please consider checking out my page. You can also help the channel continue to grow by liking this video and subscribing to the channel, or joining my YouTube channel memberships. Whatever you do, thanks very much for doing it. Okay, let's go head up to my room. I booked through Expedia, and this is one of their VIP properties, and I was proactively upgraded to a junior suite, which was a nice, unexpected surprise. If you have mobility challenges, be sure to request a ground floor room. When booking, I actually didn't choose the cheapest room, which is normally my MO, simply because the entire back wall of the bedroom in the cheapest category is covered in mirrors, and I couldn't imagine how I could actually film that without just sitting on the floor the whole time. And here we are. I think the room is a fantastic mix of a grayscale background with just enough color pop throughout. I'll let you have a look around as I put up the extra bits. kinda want a black and white tropical mural in my home now. Something that's black and white that I really didn't like though was the bathroom. Never have I ever seen a bathroom that was so unlike the rest of the room, design-wise I mean. If nothing else, for the love of God, change the lighting in here. There was a large walk-in closet with one of my favorite things ever, a fixed-rate laundry bag. Fill it, $30, easy. Every hotel should do this by law, or royal decree, or something. Finally, we have the beautiful view from the balcony. The upper floors here have smaller balconies than the rest, but it's big enough to enjoy the space. Okay, so back across the street to the Khmer Tonic Spa, which I had a very nice treatment at. And for a resort, it had fantastic prices. $60 for a 90-minute massage with a further 25% discount from Expedia. Again, for a resort, you can't beat that. Let's cross again to head to Bensley's bar for happy hour. In front of the bar is a local artisan shop, and behind it is the foundation's office. The bar menu has a great mix of locally inspired cocktails, along with a wide selection of gin and tonics. Time for dinner at Croya. This was the highlight of the hotel. Actually, besides Angkor Wat, this was the highlight of my trip. So much so that I kinda sorta haven't stopped talking about it since. First up, the restaurant is gorgeous. Here they have 4 different tasting menus available. Note that the other restaurant is also open for dinner and has a full a la carte menu. I chose the 6-course non-vegetarian menu, which for the food, the experience, and especially the service, was well worth the $59. And I loved how most courses gave you a choice between 2 options. The appetizer was a jackfruit curry dip, crispy rice crackers, and cucumber jade. These were like little pillows of sublime jackfruit curry, which I could have made a meal out of. 9.6 out of 10. As a brief aside, the service here in general was as good as you could want it to be. Casual, friendly, and natural. But the service here at the restaurant was the best that I've had in a while. The knowledge of the courses and the ingredients was impressive. For the salad, I chose the Battambang Province pomelo salad, with seared king oyster mushroom, crispy mushroom pops, and dehydrated coconut. I'll be honest, I enjoyed those mushrooms far more than most scallops that I've ever had in my life. 9.2 out of 10. For the soup, Phuc Village Krek soup with duck breast, Shinta Mani wild kawa mangosteen leaves, foraged red tree ants, tamarind broth, and Khmer basil. I mean, how do you have a standout when there are 4 standouts? The soup was delightfully sour, and the ants, which you can really see once you put them in the liquid, punch that sourness up a bit. The duck was also succulent and perfectly cooked. 9.1 out of 10. Next up, a perfectly sauteed kokong scallop with string beans, finger chili, minced pork, and holy basil. This almost had a Taiwanese braised pork rice vibe to it. The scallop was wonderfully translucent, and the gravy of sorts was unctuous and comforting. 9.3 out of 10. For the meat dish, I had the ethnic Khoi Village roasted pork loin, served with spicy Khoi Village dipping sauce. This, in a vacuum, was a delicious dish, but when compared to the previous 4, it can't really compete. But the flavors on its own were great. 8.8 out of 10. Last up, I had the Croya coconut chocolate ball and Nam Thai light cake. Essentially a rice cake. This I wasn't really a big fan of. A whiff of smoke on a dessert is a nice touch, but that rice cake felt like it had been smoked for far too long, and was just saturated in it and unpleasant to eat. The sauce was delicious though. Let's say a 5.8 out of 10. After I finished, the head chef came over to ask how everything was. First, I'll mention that he was originally a graduate of the Shinta Mani Foundation, and over the past years has worked in different countries to now return to his hometown and be at the helm of this great restaurant. The main feedback I gave him, and I feel like I was talking about it for 10 minutes, was thanking him for keeping it elevated but real. Not dumbing down any of the flavors, keeping them exactly as they're meant to be. That commitment to the flavors and the ingredients is what made the meal so good. I can easily put that dessert aside. If you're in Siem Reap, I don't want to be mean, but you would be an absolute fool not to have dinner here at least once. For breakfast, I headed to Bai Tong, which is on the ground floor below my room. On offer was a nice buffet spread, plus a full a la carte menu. Since all of these items were on the a la carte menu, I think they could do without this hot station. That's just me. I ordered the Eggs Benedict, which, if they had ham instead of that silly spinach, would have been perfect tier to me. That sauce was, just look at it. Siem Reap knows how to do hollandaise. I also ordered the French toast, but was given something that looked a lot more like pancakes. Not a big deal, that mango kind of made up for it. The pancakes were a bit stodgy though. Overall, breakfast here is getting a 7. As I wrap this up, a quick visual demo of why rainy season in parts of Southeast Asia is really not a big problem. Life-changing torrential downpours at 4:38 and sunny skies at 4:57. I loved Shinta Mani, from design to concept to just about everything in between. My stay here was right around $200 for the night. The other 2 Shinta Manis are well north of that. But when you ask me about what hotel brands can make you feel like you're getting value for the money that you're spending, I can see how anything that Shinta Mani puts out would seem just about right. So I really do hope that you enjoyed this full resort tour today. If you did, please be sure to click the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on my twice weekly hotel and flight videos. I'll see you next time on Air Astana for a pair of flights that begin with cluster and end in K. Thanks as always for watching until the end.